ففروا إلى الله إني لكم منه نذير مبين ولا تجعلوا مع الله إلها آخر إني لكم منه نذير مبين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has made it possible for us to be part of this year's Ramadan. We pray to Almighty Allah to accept our deeds as an act of ibadah. We want to discuss this morning an aspect that relates to the Muslimah. And the topic is Muslimah and characteristics of forgiving and refraining from anger. We all know that as Muslimah, as a Muslim woman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided us by the tenet of Islam. And Muslimah as such a person that are ready to obey the commands of Allah and allow the principles of Islam to guide our deeds. One of such characteristics that are expected of a Muslimah is forgiving and restraining from anger. A Muslimah is distinguished by her character, which is what make her to be a person that is worthy of emulation by others. So we must try as much as possible as Muslimah to let Islam guide our character. As I've said earlier, tolerance is one of the things that a Muslim sister must imbibe. We must tolerate ourselves and we must forgive. Forgiving spirit is very, very essential, especially in our society. We must learn to forgive and forget. We must learn to refrain from anger. As Allah has said in Quran 24 verse 22, that let them forgive and overlook. Do you not wish that Allah should forgive you? And as Allah has also said in Quran 3 verse 134, that those who forgive, for surely those are the ones that will earn good reward from Allah. As a result of this, we all know that when we are relating with ourselves in the society, we are bound to interact, or we are bound to have cross each other's way. The most important thing is, as Muslimah, we must not bear grudges with people. We must not hate them for anything that they do to us that is not good. We must learn to forgive. We must try as much as possible to forgive and forget. If we suppress the anger in us, but we did not forgive, that spirit will still make us to keep malice, or it will bring in us the spirit of resentment, such that for every time we see such a person, we try to hold malice. So that is why Islam preaches that we must forgive and forget. By forgiving and forgetting, or trying to take it away from our heart, it doesn't mean that maybe we are stupid, or we don't understand what we are doing, or we accept defeat. It only shows on our part that we accept what Allah said, that is, we want to practice what is good. We want to be somebody that calls to the way of Allah. If you don't forgive, if you don't forget, that thing will continue to linger us in our hearts, and as such, it will pollute the heart. We will not have a clean heart. For every time you see your sister and you discover that you have one problem or the other with her, your heart will not be clean to each other. And Allah wants us to come to Him with a clean heart. So as such of that, we must try as much as possible. For every time we cross each other's path or we have a problem with ourselves, we must try to forgive and forget. If we forgive, it will extinguish the flame of anger, and to make our soul to be clean. It will make our soul, to make our hearts to be pure to each other. It is not a good attitude that when sisters see each other, they try to hold malice. They talk, they laugh, but deep within, their minds are not true to each other. This is not expected of us. As a Muslim sister or as Muslimah that we interact in our society, we must have pure hearts to each other. Our mind must be clean. Our mind must be clear to each other. We must be able to imbibe the spirit of forgiving and forget. This is what will make anger to go away from us. We are bound to be annoyed. Anger can come at any time. But try to give your sister excuses. Try to find means of looking at things from another person's angle. Don't always look at things only from your own side alone. If you try to look at things from another person's angle, perhaps you will realize that you also has contributed in one way or the other to the issue on ground. So with that, you will now look at, okay, since I too am asking Allah to forgive me in several ways, in several manners, in several times during the day, why won't I forgive my fellow human being? And that's what Islam said, we must forgive ourselves. That he too, as Prophet of Allah, he seeks Allah's forgiveness for more than 700 times in a day. Then why are we not going to forgive our fellow sisters when they offend us? So we need to try as much as possible to also learn the spirit of forgiving. It is one of the characteristics of a Muslimah that when you see a Muslim sister, she must be able to forgive when she's being offended. She must try as much as possible to look at things and take it away from the mind that is how Allah has made it to be.
فبما رحمة من الله لنت لهم ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك فاعف عنهم واستغفر لهم وشاورهم في الأمر فإذا عزمت فتوكل على الله إن الله يحب المتوكلين.
And as I've said, it is something that is difficult to do at times because most of the time we always want to prove superior, that no, I won't let it go. I won't show that I am weaker. No, trying to forgive does not show that we are weaker or that we are accepting defeat or that we are accepting shame. No, it only shows that we want a better reward with Allah, because Allah has said, if you are that whoever forgives first has a status with Allah. First Islam said, if you forgive your fellow human being, Allah, you have honor and high status with Almighty Allah. And that status that we have with Allah is far, far better than keeping malice, than holding people to heart, or trying to prove that I won't come down, I will stay at this position. No. So by the time you do that, what the reward you have with Allah by trying to take that things away from your heart is far, far better than trying to show people that I am superior, or I won't come down, or I won't do this. So we should think of a far better reward with Allah by trying to come down to the level of, okay, I have accepted, I forgive, and I forget. When you forget something from your heart, you won't be referring to it from time to time. This is an issue that is most common among us women. We refer to issues. And as such as we are referring to such issue, it brings about the flame of hatred, malice, and all those things still come up with us. So we must try as much as possible to forgive. And First Islam has said that in terms of anger, he is one of the commands that I give to one of the Sahaba when he was asked that, teach me something that if I stop doing, I will earn the reward of Allah. He said, la takdab, do not be angry. There are many things can make us to become angry today. Even with our relationship, with our husbands, with our families, with our children, with our fellow sisters in the community. A lot of things can hamper anger in us, but we must try as much as possible. Even when we are angry, it must be controlled. It must not be something that will now go to the extent of leading to hatred or keeping malice. When you are annoyed, something happens and it gets you annoyed. Try to use the prophetic way to do it. That if you are standing, try to sit down. If you are talking, keep quiet a little. If you see that the anger did not go and do a little ablution. Some scholars even said, if you feel that move away from that scene. Perhaps by the time you move away, that anger will come down. And by the time you do all those, it is possible that those things, you see things in a better way. This is quite better than uttering words that can damage our reputations. Some people have tried to talk when they are annoyed, that when they recall those things after the anger has gone, they feel ashamed that, is it true that I said it? No, it can't be me. Oh. But when we are annoyed, we can say things that are derogatory, that for so many things, for so many years, you will not forget. So because of that, let us emulate the spirit of forgiving. And when you want to forgive, don't only forgive and forget. Whatever can breed anger between you and your fellow sisters, we must try as much as possible to move away from it. When somebody is telling you, I don't like this, I don't want this, don't say this, it is better we caution ourselves. Because in most cases, when we are saying things that is make another person to feel annoyed, if you don't stop, then it can lead to what we don't want. So as a result of that, when we control our anger, if it now happen, then we must have the spirit of forgiving and forget. Because when you forgive and you forget, it will raise our status with Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It will make us, it will make people to respect us better in society. There is no gain in keeping malice, no gain in keeping people that act that, no, I'm not going to talk with this person again, I will not relate with her again. There is no gain in that. No gain. You are not going to benefit in any way with it. Prophet said in an hadith that you have a grudge between you and your sister must not pass more than 3 days. That if it pass 3 days, any other days after that, then the two of you are going to be punished by Almighty Allah. So we must try as much as possible not to allow this to happen. Even said in an hadith that if you not keep grudge with your fellow sister, you do not talk for over a year, it is as if you are shedding that person's blood. So because of that, we must try as Muslimah that we are guided by the tenet of Islam, and we obey Allah, and we want Allah to reward us with things that we are doing. We must put it as part of our character, the spirit of forgiveness in everything that we do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be with us, give us that living spirit to be able to forgive and forget. We are in the month of Ramadan, and one of such things that we need to do that can earn us reward also in this month of Ramadan is, whoever we have crossed path with, let us try and normalize. If we cannot see that person physically, whatever has caused a hatred between us, let us forgive and forget. Do not go back to issues that you have resolved within your mind, that okay, I forgive my sister for the sake of Allah. And especially in this month of Ramadan, forgive. If we want all your dua to be accepted with Allah, you must forgive and forget. If you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to favor you and to grant all your requests, we must forgive. You cannot go to Allah with heart that is not pure. We have to go to Allah. Allah won't accept our dua with a clean heart. Al-Qalbu Salim, a clean heart. It is the heart that is clean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said will accept their dua. So as we are making dua to Allah to accept our deeds, let us forgive and forget, and try as much as possible not to go near things that would bring about hatred among our sisters. So on this note, I implore you, my dear sisters in Islam, let us try and relate well with each other. Let us preach goodness, forbid evil, encourage goodness, and when we offend each other, find it within your heart to be able to forgive and forget. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all our heart requests and make us an image of Al-Jannah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That is for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Sa is for salamun alaykum, peace be with you wa alaykum salam.